Hello everyone.
Hello
and
everyone.
Welcome to Sandbox. Enough of the pleasantries. We have not got time to deal with them. So,
My God.
a lot of things happened last week, and we're going to try and talk about some, and it's going to be mad.
Jamie, I think we should get the main bit of news out of the way right away, seeing as we're quick fire in this week's Sandbox.
Go.
I got a haircut. My hair is very short now, the hat is off. Now I can wear my headphones like a normal person. Carry on.
There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So other than the most important part of the news, of course we are going to talk about drinks still, because this is Sandbox. This isn't, the barbarian show.
We're not amateurs.
We are taking a time to talk. I have got some special beers in, I'm just going to say. I want to talk about mine first, please.
Do it.
So I got my... for the next few weeks, we've got some real solid contenders from my end.
Oh boy, not for mine, but carry on.
So this one, I can't even. Okay, it's really weird. I'm going to show the camera. Obviously, you can't see it, but everyone else can.
Go for it.
The beer is called Top Ranked Contender. It's made by two different breweries partnering up. Or is it? It's kind of hard to tell actually where it's from. It could be the hops. Oh no. Okay, it's two different breweries.
It couldn't be the hops.
It's Fierce Cross NZBC. So that's Fierce Cross. I'm assuming New Zealand Brewing Company. And the type of beer is a Hort 4337 IPA.
It sounds interesting.
This is a weird one. It's 6%. The back is Hort 4337 is the very pinnacle of hop evolution. It's got some real swagger and carries more tropical pineapple and passion fruit flavour than any hop in the market.
What's it like?
Don't know. Let's see.
Oh, I heard that. That is the sound of a fresh beer being opened for the first time.
Oh, I can't wait to taste this. Really, really excited. So,
give it a sip.
There's one beer which I decided not to open yet. That has really, really special packaging. This one's just a can.
Interesting.
But there's one that has packaging that I've never ever seen before for a beer. And I can't wait to show it on the podcast. So you can look forward to that, guys.
I'm looking forward to hearing about it. Should I be telling you what I'm drinking?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah? That sounds like very positive feedback.
Recommended. It's really hoppy, really malty, really alcoholic. All the things you like. It's all good.
Delicious. Very interesting.
Go on, what are you drinking?
I'm drinking something I've never had before on the podcast. It's amaretto and lemonade. Because I usually have Coke with it, but I ran out of Coke.
That's a weird combo.
Oh, it's great. It's really delicious. People at uni were like, have it with lemonade. And I was like, nah, that sounds gross. But it's just delicious and tastes like lemonade. It's actually disaronno and lemonade. Moving up in the world.
That is really interesting.
It just tastes kind of like lemonade. And I'm going to finish it in about 25 seconds.
I think disaronno is actually an apricot liqueur,
I thought it was just more expensive amaretto.
I think it's apricot.
I'll let you believe your fantasies.
That sounds really bizarre. I love it. I should try that.
I mean, it's not very interesting. It literally just tastes like lemonade. I feel like the lemonade sucks any kind of specialness about the disaronno flavour out.
Your description was very disappointing.
Yeah,
I'm having
nice
disaronno lemonade. It tastes like lemonade.
Maybe I didn't put enough disaronno in. Oh, there's your problem. Right. What's next, Jamie?
Viewers,
let's quick fire it.
If you are familiar, last week we did some betting. And that was for the PlayStation 5 event, which has happened. You can watch my reaction. I was watching it in a cinema on our channel.
You were?
I'm going to quickly go through these bets.
Yeah, because I have no idea what the result is. My only assumption is that we both lost a hell of a lot of money.
Well, there's contention here, but we'll get to it. So, spoiler alert: not like literally 90% of the bets did not happen. Right? Darth Vader did not make an appearance. There was no new Crash Bandicoot game revealed, which is sad. Wasn't. But Ratchet was revealed, so you know.
Ratchet was, and I find it weird that we forgot to mention that because that was one I had in my head.
Yeah, I think the reason why. Oh, we'll get back to it. We'll talk about Ratchet in a minute.
Yeah.
The word teraflop wasn't even ushered once.
Was it not?
It was not.
Man.
The PlayStation 5 price was not announced, let alone announced to be more than £500.
We are going to find out the price of both consoles when they are released on the day.
Yeah, it's the ultimate game of chicken between the two companies. None of them want to be the most expensive one.
They're just going to make up prices on the spot when people go in to buy them.
I'm telling you now, the Xbox is going to be more expensive. And they need to do an event soon, otherwise there's going to be issues for them, I think.
Yeah, for sure. What else didn't happen?
We said there will be more third-person narrative-driven games than other games. Not true, actually.
Not true.
There was quite.
I feel like that one was close, but I didn't count.
No, there was a variety. It wasn't. There were quite a few third-person narrative-driven games, but not more than others.
That's fair.
There was no behind-the-scenes wireframe of an unreleased game.
There wasn't. There was no God of War.
There was no God of War. There was no Dino Crisis, although there was Resident Evil 8 Age. And
Mark Kearney didn't spin around.
Here's a bet. Well, those were like. I was thinking about this. I think next time we do a betting special, instead of having them be bonus bets, I think they need to be like bets that if you get them right, you just win because they're so freaking unlikely.
They didn't spend a lot of time on the PlayStation Motion controller. Probably only like 28 minutes.
But here's one that we actually did get right.
Yeah,
I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure this is right.
Was it Horizon Zero Dawn at 2-1?
Oh no, well, yeah, we did get that right. But one remaster was announced, no more, no less, and that was GTA. GTA 5 was announced as a remaster.
Yeah,
and that was it.
Wait, what a way to start the event!
We could talk about that. That was awful. I can't even. That is just bizarre.
That was a terrible, terrible choice.
You open it for banger, right? And
everyone loves GTA 5.
If you look to the presentation,
let's start with that.
Right, like if you look at the presentation, it's very obvious they got all the heavy hitters out of the way first because they know that most people are not going to be sitting there. It's like an hour and 20 minutes. Most people aren't going to be hanging around that whole time.
Well, not particularly though, because they put Horizon Zero Dawn right at the end.
Oh, true.
They kind of, what they needed to do was start on Spider-Man, like the heaviest hitter.
It was still a bit top heavy. I feel like.
Maybe slightly. I just really loved it the whole way through, to be honest. I'll start with that. I'm pretty much really excited for every single game they showed.
I thought it was actually pretty hype as well. We'll get into that.
I thought it was great.
Yeah, I definitely
GTA 5 was a strange choice. I would have loved it if they followed it up with Skyrim.
Oh man, can you imagine?
And Minecraft.
I honestly, seriously, think that was one of, if not the worst way I've personally seen a presentation like that be started ever.
I was a bit insulted. At first, I thought it was going to be GTA 6.
Yeah, well, it was obviously it was like so obviously last gen, and the weird thing was, it wasn't even a new trailer. It was reused from the PlayStation 4.
Was it actually? That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
I was somewhat relieved when I realised it was GTA 5 because at first I thought it was GTA 6 and they'd just given up. Like people love GTA 5, we'll just release it again. But luckily they actually were releasing it again.
Yeah. So we'll make. So I can make a note of this now. So that bet, one remaster.
Yep.
So we put the odds of that being 6-1. So what that means? Sorry, I've just lost myself here.
That's
so
fine.
I put down 25 beta bucks,
Yeah.
so I get a lovely $150 for that. and you get 0. You didn't put anything on that.
Gosh,
now
darn.
the next bet
Yeah.
is interesting.
Ooh.
And I need you to go to the Grand Theft Auto 5 trailer on YouTube.
Okay.
And go to the 49-second mark and tell me what the person in the vest is holding.
I think I remember this being a golf club.
I'd like you to look.
The 8-second mark.
It's like 48, 49, yeah.
Right.
Now that look to my eye,
think
that
that's
looks
a
like
golf club.
that looks like a putter to me.
Yeah, I don't think that's a crowbar. I think that's a golf club.
Therefore, I think it's a golf club too.
Cool,
Therefore,
the depths we go into for this, I'm pretty certain it could be a cane. But
I'm
I
not
think
kidding.
It's a golf club.
I'm not even kidding. I saw that, and the whole time I had in my mind golf club. I'm pretty sure that's so. We'll say it's a golf club, which means
we need to, I'm going to leave a YouTube comment and see what the people think.
That's actually quite a good idea. No one will reply. Like, what is he talking about? This game has been out forever.
It could be cane, but I'm willing to say that that's a putter.
So what that means? We both get quite a lot of money for that, though. What that means is,
Do I get more?
So we put the odds on that pretty, in fairness, like pretty high, 7-1. So I'm actually in the money. I've actually gotten back all my money now. I've got $1,050 from that because I put 150 on it.
Man,
you put 50 on it, which means you get 350. Which
really missed out there.
Which is suddenly caused a little bit of a gulf between our scores.
A bit of a gulf between us.
Hey.
Yeah, I feel like it's all over for me until the next Ben special.
Knack 3 will make an appearance. It did not.
Jamie, hold on. Are you telling me Knack 3 didn't make an appearance? You clearly did not see Bugsnax.
Get out of here.
That was Knack 3 if I ever saw it.
Oh god, I forgot. We need to talk about that game as well.
That was the closest thing to Knack 3 we could have possibly imagined.
Let me just run through these bets and we'll start talking. All right.
Go for it.
We need to get this over and done with.
Most of my money went on Knack 3, so carry on.
It did. God of War. That was because it was 10-1. Like that was a. Right. Actually, most of your money actually went on the Horizon Zero Dawn sequel. In fact,
that's good.
God of War.
Likely.
God of War did not have an Egyptian theme because it didn't have a theme at all.
Because it didn't exist.
Horizon Zero Dawn was announced. Therefore, for that, you got 400 for that, and I got 50. And then the last bet we did was Hideo Kojima, who did not make an appearance.
He didn't, which I was quite surprised about.
Therefore, I've won.
All because of that darn golf club.
Which is
who'd have thunk it?
I got 1,250 beta bucks, and unfortunately, you actually lost money. You're on 750.
Oh, Jamie,
which means
borrow some money.
Which means in the next betting special, you get less money. No, we won't do that. Really.
In the next betting special, I start with negative money. What are you going to do with all these beta bucks, Jamie? Are you going to spend them all on Bugsnax?
I'm going to see if I can exchange them for a few V-Bucks. So...
Exciting times.
I want you to tell me what you were most excited about from the PlayStation 5 event.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Now, I feel like I should get a list up of all the games that were announced so I can remember. I'm, of course, very excited for Horizon Zero Dawn and Spider-Man, but I felt that's a given and not very exciting to talk about. I'm very excited for the new Resident Evil. Mm-hmm. I rarely actually play Resident Evil games. I often watch people play them. It's one of those series where every time a new game comes out, I'm really excited to watch someone play it on YouTube. So I'm just really excited for that.
I'm kind of the same boat, weirdly.
Yeah.
I've only ever played, in its entirety, Resident Evil Revelations. That's the only game I've played.
Ever played one in its entirety. But
it was a good game.
I really love the new Resident Evil games. What I watch of them, they're really fun to watch, and they're just pretty crazy. So that's cool. Yeah. And I'm really excited for a lot of the kind of indie games. Stray looks very cool.
I think. Remind me of that game. Sorry, what was
It's
that?
like robots in Tokyo, and you're a cat
Mm.
going around with a little
I remember
backpack
that.
on. Apparently, it was announced like years ago, and everyone's been hyped for it.
Lots and lots of indie games.
I'm actually going to get a list up because I've been preparing to talk about these, and I've forgotten all of them.
I want to do an honourable mention to a game. This was
for it.
announced at E3 last year with no gameplay. It was a cinematic trailer.
Yeah.
This was its gameplay debut, which is Ghostwire Tokyo.
Yeah.
And honestly, I still think the trailer is difficult to understand what the actual game is about. But
Yeah.
I just absolutely loved the way the character does the combat with his hands.
Yeah.
And how he was like doing like clicks for magic and like hand pistols for shooting. I thought that was awesome. I think that looked really cool.
Yeah, it did look cool. Right, can I just quick fire off these kind of indie titles that were announced?
Go for it.
So there was Stray, of course. Oh, okay, I'll mention this one last because I actually want to talk about it. Kenna Bridge of Spirits looks very cool, very pretty. Potentially most excited for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Out of these selections I'm going to mention anyway. A Little Devil Inside, very similar. Looks very pretty and atmospheric, looks nice.
Yes.
Deathloop looks very, very interesting. I know that's Bethesda.
I say that's a pretty big budge, but
that
was awesome.
I just it's an original IP, so I'm grouping it in here as one I don't have a lot to say about. But it looks really cool. Looks like fun gameplay.
A quick mention on that, because I don't think we should discuss it too much. But while we're here, what I'm most interested is they've shown gameplay, but I want to know: is it a roguelike? Or like
that's a very good question.
Like, what sort of game is it? Is it like a long play, or is it going to be a game where you, as it suggests, you just keep dying and dying, like a roguelike would be?
I don't know. I was thinking like a Mirror's Edge type, kind of just linear story game with different levels sort of thing, but I don't know.
Interesting.
Just like set pieces. I don't know what to expect.
No.
The last one I was going to mention is Project Athia, which I think a lot of people are quite excited for.
Is that the new Capcom IP?
It's
with the
new Square Enix IP.
Oh, that one. Yeah. What? Yeah. Pretty
That's been
damn
kind of
cool.
Around for a while. People been excited for that one.
What was the name of that Capcom game?
What one was the Capcom one?
It was the AI girl and the astronaut, and then they like. The
Pragmata.
Twist. Oh yeah, it looks so good.
That does look cool as well. Yeah, that looks very interesting.
Honestly, I was watching that trailer, and I was like, "Here we go, Hideo Kojima coming in. Let's get the beta box." But no,
I think everyone
Capcom.
was saying that it was very Death Stranding. Astro's Playroom is preloaded on the PS5.
Yeah,
that's really fun.
Very fun.
Are you there?
Did you not hear what I just said?
What did you say?
Oh, I was just whispering. I just went. You just must have not picked it up. My bad.
What did you whisper?
I said very fun.
Oh, yeah, I didn't hear that.
They're
really trying
very fun.
Very fun. They're really trying to secure Astro as the new Sackboy, the new mascot.
Whilst also introducing a new Sackboy game.
Yeah, but I mean, it's made by Sumo Digital again, and it's not a Little Big Planet game.
And it looks a little bit crap. Agreed.
I mean, it looks quite fun. It just it needs to be priced appropriately. I don't know. I mean, maybe it's going to have loads and loads of content, but I don't know. I just don't see the appeal.
Year. I reckon get it out in the first year, sell it for £30,
yeah,
and everyone will buy it because it'll be like the only couch co-op game on PlayStation 5.
Yeah, I would agree completely. Yeah, it's just now that Dreams is out, I feel like Little Big Planet's kind of dead, which is really sad. Little Big Planet 3 was such a disappointment.
It looks like it looks like a PlayStation 3 game, and it's kind of weird because I was expecting the twist to be, and you can make all these levels yourself. I was kind of watching it thinking, I think this is, as it went on, it was getting more and more unlikely because if this is made by people, this is insane and I don't think it's going to happen. And the fact that it's just a platformer, it's kind of like, it kind of looks like it could have a creator mode in there, which makes it, I don't know.
I don't think it does.
It doesn't.
It looks like the only gimmick is it has Sackboy, and I feel like it'd be really sad exploring levels that have the Little Big Planet aesthetic and not being able to collect items that you can then make your own levels with later on.
Well, I found true. But what I found with Little Big Planet, there's loads of jank, but it's fine because you're like, yeah, I accept that because man, the creation
Everything
tools
else.
you get is insane,
Yeah.
and so I'll excuse glitchiness for the fact that I can make everything I see right now.
For sure.
It still looks janky, in my opinion.
That's the aesthetic,
You cannot-
Ratchet and Clank.
What's that?
What's that? Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. I'm very hyped for. It looks like a next-gen Ratchet and Clank game.
You know what it looks like as well, more in general?
Go.
It looks like a next-gen game.
Yeah, it does.
I would say that it was the most next-gen looking game of the entire presentation, actually.
The actual gameplay we saw when Ratchet was shooting the guys on the pirate ship.
That blew my mind, actually.
Yeah, that blew my mind. My only criticism would be that Clank looks too shiny.
Get those ray tracing out.
That's literally
on.
it. It's literally
Give
like, let's
me
ray
it.
trace Clank to high hell. I want it
You
to be a
know
bit
for
rusty.
a fact that Clank is like the only object ray traced in that entire game.
Just his
PlayStation 5
antenna.
is not going to have ray tracing as a very obvious common feature. It'll
It's
be
going to be
occasional.
Yeah, it's going to be Clank level. It does look good though. I kind of
It looks so good.
This is kind of a weird criticism, but the Ratchet and Clank remake, I haven't played it, but I watched a hell of a lot of it, and it did feel like it lost a lot of the charm from the original. I feel like they took out a lot of the kind of more adult humour, which I know is a bit of a dumb criticism of a family game, but I feel like I hope they don't go too soft with it.
What's the name of the game again? I forgot.
Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart.
Yeah. Am I right in thinking that that's the only game that isn't an innuendo?
I think they've stopped innuendos for the last few games.
Okay. There's quite a few games.
Used to have Going Commando and Up Your Arsenal. It was great.
I mean, the most recent one that I can remember, I know there's been more after this, but on the PlayStation 3, they had Quest for Booty, A Crack in Time.
Yeah.
They're all they're more moderate innuendos, but they're still innuendos for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know you had Ratchet Gladiator and stuff. I don't know. But yeah, I feel like it needs it needs that.
I forgot about that.
It needs that meta humor, really. More meta, less cheese. Yeah, they took out some really good jokes and moments and good kind of character moments and stuff. But I mean, it's not going to be enough to stop me from getting the game. It looks hype.
Yeah, and what I think is gonna be interesting, is that the stream quality, because it's a stream, was a bit crap.
Yeah,
and everything was at 30 FPS, and a lot of these games, when you look in this stream, except for Ratchet and Clank, which is awesome, but a lot of them were kind of like, okay, I mean that looks like a PS4 game. I could see that being a PS4 game. But what the stream doesn't tell you is the frame rate and the resolution. And I feel like a lot of these next gen games are going to be games that are probably possible at the beginning anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Possible on a PlayStation 4. I think the only caveat to that is stuff with the SSD.
Yeah.
Obviously,
which I think shone
clearly
through
in Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you just can't fully appreciate it when you're watching it from a crappy stream on your crappy monitor.
I think the more games look better, it becomes more about the smaller details that you can only really notice if you actually are playing the game itself. It's quite hard to see that in a stream, I think.
Yeah, for sure. I think on kind of the opposite of that subject, one thing I quite liked is I feel like games nowadays are just increasingly trying to look more and more realistic. But we had a few on here that felt like they were just going for their own sort of cartoony art style.
Yes.
And I liked that.
Yeah, I that was actually like, I think the big takeaway from that whole presentation.
Yeah.
Was this is next gen. Actually, it did really. I know this is what I want you to think, but like it actually did feel like it was all about the games. It wasn't. Obviously, we won't actually know this until launch.
Yeah.
But most of them felt like genuinely good games that were on the PlayStation 5, rather than here's your usual like bunch of kind of crappy launch games that look really good and aren't. They all look like real good games to me.
Especially Bugsnax.
Except for one, which I want to mention in a minute.
You can do that.
Or now.
Wait, can I guess which one you're going to be talking about?
Yeah, go on.
It's between two.
Mm-hmm.
Is it Goodbye Volcano High?
Oh. No, that looks sick.
Okay. Is it... Oh no, but that... My other one was going to be NBA, but you don't see any of the gameplay.
NBA was brilliant. NBA was like...
The sweat.
Once again, ignoring Ratchet and Clank. NBA was like, oh yeah, next-gen visuals. And it's like, whoa, we've gone too far. I don't actually want the sweat.
I don't need
Keep
to see
your
all
sweat.
that. Yeah.
It was like, ew.
It's one, see, like, I feel like that and Gran Turismo 7 had the thing where it's like, I'm sure it looks great, but I can't fully appreciate it through what I'm currently watching.
Oh, you should watch the Gran Turismo trailer that they uploaded separately on YouTube.
Yeah?
It looks so much better.
I imagine it does. And I mean, the controller is going to feel amazing to play Gran Turismo on. I hope.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah.
It's going to be so good on that controller.
It's going to be great.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but I just feel like you need to concentrate more on things you can get across better in the stream, obviously. No.
I'm hyped for the controller. We'll talk about that in a sec.
We will.
Let me just talk about Godfall.
Godfall, okay.
This looks awful.
I'm going to be honest, I don't remember a single thing about Godfall. I'm going to currently rewatch the trailer.
Think the most unbelievably generic looter shooter. It's not a shooter, it's technically melee, but whatever. You've ever seen. It's like, we took Destiny, and we know that's popular.
Yeah.
And we made it as... We took all the bits that were popular only and shoved it into this game, and it's just an abomination. I honestly think it looks like an awful game.
Fair.
Are you watching the trailer?
I am watching the trailer. I mean, I don't think it looks that awful. It could be fun.
Oh, no. It's not. It's made by Gearbox, so they've got money.
Yeah.
But the way they're advertising it, tell me something about the game that isn't... it's about looting and raiding. All the stuff they've said about the game so far is level up, get loot,
vanquish worthy foes,
fight with 3-player co-op, different classes. Yeah, they're all buzzwords. There's no,
it doesn't look very innovative.
Ugh.
I don't know, it could be fun. I mean...
I'm not having that one. I'm not happy with that. Oh, look, crap. Right, go on, give me a game.
Yeah, a lot of people don't look happy about it. in the comments. Give you a game. I had a game that I wanted to talk to you about. And that game was going to be Oddworld Soulstorm.
That's an interesting looking game.
Right. Do you know anything about Oddworld?
Vaguely, yes.
I have a strange relationship with Oddworld. So as a young child, I owned many, many demo discs for the PlayStation 1, which I think was surprisingly common. And I had a whole bunch of games, I would just replay the beginning, and then the demo would end. And because I was like 5, I would just keep replaying them, trying to find the way to continue the game. Like, there must be a workaround around this demo.
I did that too.
I had two specific ones that I vividly remember because I played them all the time. One was Hercules. You'd fight the Minotaur. Danny DeVito would shout at you, and then the demo would end. And the second one was Oddworld, Abe's Odyssey. And I would rewatch the opening cinematic, and it'd freak me the hell out. Mm-hmm. And I still remember it so vividly. And I never really thought about Oddworld again. And then recently realised it was like relatively big and had several sequels and stuff. And it had a very like cult following where a lot of people loved Oddworld. And then they released Soulstorm, and it looks amazing.
It's a very strange franchise.
Really
I feel like
weird.
It's like the way they talk about Oddworld is. I'm not saying it looks bad, but the way they talk about it is as if it's more popular than it actually is. I'm not convinced Oddworld is very popular.
I don't think it is, but when you like
there's
communities online, like subreddits and stuff, and it's like people love the franchise. It's like the fans it does have are like, they love it so much.
I think that's why it's still standing. I think they have very rabid,
loyal fan
passionate
base.
fans.
Yeah.
It's a weird old franchise because if you look at the games they've released, they're all kind of spin-offy and weird.
Yeah, I mean, they haven't had an actual original new one in a long time. I think they remastered or remade the original game a few years back. But yeah, it's really weird. It's really dark and strangely adult, and there's swearing, but it looks like, I don't know, I guess it looks quite creepy and dark as well, but it's all cartoony, and it's really weird.
I thought the game was the trailer was kind of messed up. I'm like,
yeah,
like genuinely quite haunting. Actually,
there's a bit where he's like trying to cut his stitches off his mouth. Oh,
and like the fact that you see like loads of them, just like dozens of them, just kind of like run into like meat grinders and stuff. It's like,
I mean, I literally was. What was I, like 6 or 7 probably when I used to play these games? And like the opening to the first game is he's like working in this factory, and it's really dystopian and dank and all these giant buildings, and it's all dark and creepy. And then he like walks into a meeting and realizes that they're like killing the workers and eating them and putting them in the food. And all the bad guys are just really horrible looking. Like, it's really dark and creepy. It's really interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah. I'm glad it's like a PS5 release title. That's really cool to me.
It means that it's going to get a lot more attention than it might usually, I reckon.
Yeah, for sure. They made a pretty big deal of it, and a lot of people seemed excited.
Yeah, it looks cool. It's personally, it's not. I don't think I'd pick it up, but
yeah, which is
I can't
fair.
say
it's
it
pretty
looks
niche.
Cool. It definitely looks cool for sure.
Yeah, people looked excited in between shouting. What were they shouting? Like Minecraft 2 was a common one. Everyone was just shouting, "Show God of War! Show Horizon Zero Dawn!" It's like, guys,
Minecraft 2.
Guys, I know you're 11, but please be patient. Please keep the
Minecraft
chat
2
somewhat relevant.
would not be shown at a PlayStation event.
How
it's
hilarious.
literally owned by Microsoft. Like, come on.
Jamie, they're going to prove you wrong.
That'd be really funny. To promote crossplay, we are abandoning the Xbox.
Microsoft now owns Sony. And Apple owns Xbox.
I don't know how much these companies are worth. I actually don't know how. I don't know how much Sony's worth compared to Xbox. You know, I want to know that right now.
I don't know. Do you mean compared to Microsoft?
That's what I meant. Because
I reckon Microsoft is worth infinitely more.
Sony is got a lot of films.
Then again, So what does Sony have? They patent something that all computers have. I can't remember what it is. Is it something? Is it like Blu-ray?
They
Is it
do
something
own.
as
They do
simple
own
as that?
Blu-ray. Yeah.
So like every time, like an Xbox contains a Blu-ray player, Sony gets money. Is that a lie?
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah,
I
that
feel
is
like there's
actually-
something like that where
Oh.
like, Sony always make money from Xboxes somehow.
So I assumed that Microsoft was worth more.
I also
Didn't
did.
quite realise by how much.
Oh yeah.
So this is difficult, but Sony is estimated to be about $78 billion.
Yeah.
Guess how much Microsoft is estimated to be?
460 billion.
1 trillion.
I was close. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me massively because, like, think about how many people own computers made by Microsoft.
I'm sure there must be so much like base level software and hardware probably
Yeah, I mean,
that
Microsoft
was invented
Office
by
and-
Microsoft that has just been
Yeah.
used for decades.
Yeah.
Not even like I'm not even talking like software. I'm talking like base level code because they were there right at the beginning.
Yeah, because Sony
And-
have like reasonable competitors, but Microsoft has like Apple, and they're not really a competitor because they don't really have much of an overlapping user base.
Sony's basically games and films though. It's not really.
Yeah, that's
They're-
true.
Their other divisions are like side projects at this point.
Yeah, I bet they
think.
make far less on tech than they do on other stuff. Anyway, should we go back?
Yes, we should. Sorry.
But that was a nice tangent. Now people know. Do you have anything to say about Hitman 3?
No.
Cool. Looks pretty good to me, but there we have it. Goodbye Volcano High. You said it looks pretty cool.
Okay, so it's like the most furry game ever, right? And
No, sorry, it's actually scaly.
it's a whole other like side chain of furryism.
Yeah.
I love how it's like really well made trailer. Like it's like well drawn in
Yeah.
its own like weird style,
Yeah.
and the concept is completely nuts.
Yeah.
And no idea what the game's about at all.
No.
But it's just, as the trailer went on, it got funnier and funnier to me. Because, like, alright, with like cartoony, fairy dinosaur things, cool.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, they want to quit this, society. They're done with school, they're done with jobs, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about a dinosaur rock band. What?
I mean, it's another one where I looked and thought, this doesn't look next gen. This looks like I could play it right now on anything.
I mean,
But at the
that,
same
that
time,
art style's timeless.
yeah. But again, yeah, it had its own art style, which was pretty standard, like dating simulator sort of esque game.
Oh yeah, totally.
But I kind of like that they showed this game. It's really different to what you'd expect
Yeah.
to see at a
I
PlayStation
can't-
5 launch event.
I'm not going
It's
to
something
pretend.
I'm sure a lot of people love. I don't think it deserved as much hate as people seem to be giving it.
It's probably going to be like a 6 out of 10 game, right? Or
Yeah.
a 7 maybe. But like, I don't care. I'm not going to
People
buy
love
it.
Life is Strange. Why not Goodbye Volcano High?
Yeah, I just think Goodbye Volcano. I love it. I love how it brings together all these strange concepts, and I think
Yeah.
it's beautiful.
It's pretty funny.
Spider-Man.
Bugsnax.
Oh, Bugsnax. Oh, can we actually talk about that instead? That's
Yeah.
really fun.
I think we should. Oh, actually, before we finish with Bugsnax, which I think we should, anything to say about Destruction at All Stars? You seem to think that looked cool.
Oh, so at first I was kind of like, boring.
Yeah.
And then, this is kind of anime and ridiculous and cartoony and
And you're a
zany.
weeb.
And I was like, hang on a minute, this has actually got a soul. That's what I'm getting at here. I
Yeah.
thought it was like generic as hell, right?
Hmm.
And I'm like, no. these guys are running around like with their arms swinging. This is insane.
Yeah, it looks very interesting. Like a mix between Wreckfest and Overwatch.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks pretty cool. It falls under the umbrella of things that haven't tried to look too realistic. Like, they've got these humanoid characters, but they've still got their own cartoony art style, a la Overwatch or Fortnite, those sorts of games.
Yeah,
looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think it's the sort of game where you could really utilise the power with all this destruction, the power of the console.
Yeah, for sure. You're going to see a lot of these. I feel like a lot of the biggest thing that we're going to see, and this is going to continue in the future.
Yeah.
From now on, it's not going to be AAA is not going to look that much better for a long time. Like,
yeah,
it's just going to. It's already looks incredible, and it's the only thing stopping it from looking better isn't hardware particularly. It's also like budget, and like you have to pay artists.
People
to make
having
stuff.
the time to make things look any more realistic.
And so, but what we're going to see is that there's a lot of engines come with like pre-built, pre-baked effects and stuff, and we're going to see a lot of indie games being able to just go, hey, I want this stupidly ridiculous explosion that just like destroys everything, and can we do that? And they're going to be like, yeah, we just press this button, and because it's PlayStation 5,
the AI
we can get away with it. And
yeah,
that's going to be sick. Like, indie games are going to get a lot better, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty hype. That's what we want.
I kind of... There's a few games I want to talk about outside of the PS5 event. I'm not going to lie to you.
That's fine. So should we not mention Bugsnax? Should we pretend Bugsnax didn't happen?
Tell me, I want to hear your take on Bugsnax. I keep forgetting about it. Sorry, go.
You know, how can you forget about Bugsnax?
I love that trailer.
I don't think it looks as bad as everyone's making out it looks. It's got like more dislikes than likes on YouTube.
Oh, that's because people are just simple.
People just want realistic looking shooter, serious, dark games. Those games are fine. Sometimes you just want Bugsnax. It reminded me of Viva Pinata.
Yeah.
But it's made by the creators of Octodad.
It just looks so dumb.
It looks like a really dumb game, and that's what I want. I don't know what it is.
Yep.
You play as a walrus eating bugs, maybe? Or you collect the bugs?
I don't know.
Is it a platformer?
But you become the bugs. It's weird.
As you eat them, do you get
Like,
their powers?
I love the narrator.
It's a platformer.
Like the horribly animated, cheesy narrator.
Yeah.
Who like ate a strawberry and is like, oh, I'm now part strawberry. Like, whoa, hang on. That's pretty messed up.
Whoa. Yeah, I have no idea what it is. I kind of hope it is a Viva Pinata-esque thing where I make my own island full of Bugsnax, and I also eat them. Like I farm them maybe for their meat.
Something tells me that's not going to be what the game is, but okay.
I can always dream. I think that about covers it. Solar Ash looks like a new journey. We are obviously hype for Horizon Zero Dawn and Spider-Man.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about
DLC.
them.
I feel like it's obvious. They look great.
Yeah.
There you go. Continue, Jamie. Continue on.
So I want to quickly mention 3 games that were announced today.
Okay.
New Pokemon Snap.
Yep.
Pokemon Cafe. And
Yeah.
Pokemon Smile.
Yeah. There's a theme here.
We'll ignore Pokemon Cafe and Smile because they just look like terrible mobile games. New Pokemon Snap
Yeah.
is I'm thoroughly disinterested in the game, except for the fact that it looks absolutely beautiful, and it's really funny because it's like, oh look, it's developed by Bandai,
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Namco Bandai. And
Yeah.
it's basically, oh, look, this is what happens when devs who are actually, like, really good make Pokemon stuff.
Do a Pokemon game.
Like, look at that. That's the HD Pokemon that we wanted in Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
It looks beautiful. It's so good.
Yeah, I know very little about Pokemon Snap.
I think it's uninteresting. The concept sounds really boring to me, but people seem to love it.
You take pictures of Pokemon?
Yeah.
You know what? That sounds like that could be really great for me. I like a casual game.
But, like, the original existed mainly because it was an opportunity to see Pokemon in a 3D landscape.
And now we have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now it could be good. Instead of Sword and Shield.
It'd be funny if I enjoy new Pokemon Snap more than Sword and Shield. Wouldn't take much.
Yeah. No, yeah, I mean, I'm very rudely watching the trailer for Pokemon Snap now, and it does appeal to me.
Doesn't it look kind of just, like, really good, I think? Like,
I feel like I'd enjoy this more than Sword and Shield.
I probably would, yeah.
Because you're just walking around taking... It's you know... It's like Spider-Man when you're going around taking photos. But instead of New York, it's Pokemon.
Yeah.
It looks really pretty. I love a simple game like this.
Yeah. I don't... Again, like... I cannot possibly consider buying this if it was a full price game, though.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It, again, needs to be reasonably priced.
Like... I suppose 30 quid, but...
Then again, you did spend full price on Sword and Shield.
Yeah, I did. And I've learnt my lesson.
Never buy a Pokemon game.
No, I'm always going to do that. My lesson should have been that, but I don't think it was, because I'm not buying expansions, but I'm going to buy the next game for sure.
Yeah.
I can't help myself.
God, it's going to have more Pokemon in it than the most recent mainline game.
Oh, God, no. There's actually, like, quite a few Pokemon. Also, the animations are really good as well, which is hilarious. It's just everything about it's like, oh, look, this is how it's done.
Oh, so it is technologically possible.
Yeah, and it's at 60 FPS as well. Like, it looks really good.
Yeah, it's quite sad, isn't it?
Oh.
Maybe they'll use some of that framework in the next game.
Definitely not. They're
Pokemon
going to
Blue
just...
and Pokemon Wii.
You're such a child.
Always at heart.
I want to skip right past this now.
I've said enough. I've given this company enough of my time.
Just a couple of things. The Outlast Trials announced. It is a 4-player online co-op Outlast game.
Ooh, I haven't heard a thing about that. Does it look good?
That's coming to PC. No gameplay, but
Fair.
TBD.
That is an exciting premise for us specifically.
I think so. I think that could be really, really fun.
For sure. Go back to our roots.
Surgeon Simulator 2.
Interesting, yeah.
It's a thing.
Yeah. Why not, I guess?
Here's a game that I think looks brilliant.
Yeah.
Metal Hellsinger.
Metal Hellsinger.
It is a rhythm... It's a heavy metal
Of course it's
rhythm FPS game.
Metal Hellsinger.
Just give that to me.
Yep, that sounds right up your street.
It's just like, it looks so sick.
It's rhythm FPS.
How's that even going to work?
I don't know, it looks like Doom.
It does look like Doom, which is like kind of...
Everything you want in a single game.
Doom almost feels like a rhythm game at points anyway.
Yeah, I remember you saying that before. Puzzling your way through everything.
Yeah. Oh, it looks so good.
That's
Yeah,
really
that's
interesting. I'm excited to see how they pull that off. So was that games? That was news.
There's Persona 4 Golden was shadow dropped onto Steam at the PC
that.
Gaming Show.
That was very interesting.
So now you have no excuse to
Stop playing
play Persona 4 Golden.
But I want to get Persona 5.
Yeah, Persona 5 will be out. I prefer Persona 4. It is
interesting.
more dated, and frankly, I just think Persona games belong on a handheld, which is why it's a crime that P5 isn't on Switch. But
Yeah.
whatever.
Maybe one day. You can play as Joker in Smash.
Yeah, that is itself a joke. We have this is a game that was actually announced in the PlayStation 5 event, but it was talked about more in the Future Game Show. Kena Bridge of Spirits.
Yeah.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier. I said it was the indie game I'm most excited for.
Did I completely? I thought you were
Probably
talking about
ignore me
something
like you always
different.
do.
I never ignore you. I just constantly misunderstand things that anyone says.
I also may not have actually mentioned that one, but I'm pretty certain I did. Yeah,
I probably
it
just forgot the name.
Beautiful.
Really nice.
Yeah.
I
also pronounced it Kenna, so maybe that's why.
Maybe something about what you said didn't. I couldn't picture it when you said it, and I think I was just kind of like, there were about 150 billion games announced. So I was kind of like, yes, that one.
I think they called her Kenna in the trailer, which is why I pronounced it that way, but I may be wrong.
Openly Beta will hereby canonically call her Kena.
Are you a Kenna or a Kena? Are you a beta or a beta?
Please let us know in the comments.
Yes. Yeah, it looks very nice.
I've written down some other games. Frankly, I just don't want to talk about them.
It's funny how we now have too much news.
I know. How, right?
I mean, a good 40 minutes of that was the PlayStation 5 event, which I feel is understandable.
Yeah, that's where all the big boys came out.
A lot of big boys there.
It's just E3 week, and
yeah,
it's really sad. And
well, at least we're getting all this other stuff to keep us satiated.
You know what's really sad?
What?
The Nintendo aren't doing a direct. And that's sad, because they definitely totally would have had one ready to go. As in, they would have had like a list of games where they're going to be like, yeah, we're going to show these trailers off, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And we've got a character from ARMS being added to Smash, which is yet to be announced, which is supposed to be announced this month.
Yeah.
Paper Mario was just randomly dropped as a trailer.
Yeah.
I'm expecting more. Are we going to get Breath of the Wild 2? Please give us more.
I feel like we're not going to see any more from that for a long time. I think we're definitely going to see more from Nintendo though by the end of the month.
You think we are?
Yeah, I feel like this is all stuff that would be in a direct, and I reckon there's more that would be direct ready.
Yeah, you would have thought so, right? Like they would
Maybe
have had
not.
a list of games ready way in advance, surely.
Or maybe because there's no direct, people are just taking their time.
I know. It'd be interesting to know the numbers, like the engagement numbers. What does better? A big direct to get all the nerds in, or like random trailers to get everyone in? I feel like I know the answer.
Yeah, it's very true. We'll see what happens. I feel like we're a solid, at least halfway through the lockdown. So I think news is starting to pick up a bit.
Oh yeah, I'm pretty confident that we're more than halfway through lockdown now.
Here's hoping.
Doesn't feel like lockdown anymore, except for the fact that I can't. Except for the fact that occasionally
touch Jack and Jamie.
Well, yeah, but I occasionally realise that. Oh yeah, I just think, I should see blah blah blah, or go to the pub with someone. And I haven't done it in ages, and then I remember why that's the case, and get sad.
Soon enough. We're getting there. Right. Do you want to move on to the next segment in the podcast, which we usually get to about 15 minutes in?
Yeah. We need to make this zippy.
We can make it zippy. I've got a game to talk about, and I can make it very zippy.
Go for it.
So I've been playing a game called East Shade. Have you heard of East Shade?
No.
I played it on a channel a big old while ago, probably like a year and a half, and I loved it. I originally saw it on Indie Gaming subreddit and thought, that looks very pretty. And I played it for a video, and then I never played it again. And then I thought, you know what, I really love that game, and I don't know why I didn't play more of it. So I did, and it's really fun. It's like, I think it's described as Skyrim with painting. So it's just an RPG, it's pretty basic, and you just travel this really beautiful fantasy world, painting things, painting the environment, and it's got all like animal characters, and there's all these quests. It's very simple. It reminds me of like an early PS2 RPG thing, where you just get this quest, you do it, and then it's done, and then like you don't really get anything out of it except maybe something to complete the next quest.
Okay.
Like it's kind of linear, but not really linear, because you can do it in any order, but you know. But it's really fun, and you can paint really nice pictures, and the graphics are pretty nice.
That's
although
so interesting.
it could definitely do better. I mean, the main issue is popping, but it's the sort of what's the word I'm looking for? The sort of idea, concept is the word I'm looking for, that I'd like to see taken further with a higher budget and better technology.
That's very intriguing.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
I would play it more for the channel, but I feel like now I've like just played it. Maybe in the future I'll do a live stream where I play all of it in one sitting, so I reckon it's quite short. But yeah, it's really fun. That's what I've been playing. It's a very serene game. What about you?
So there's 2 games that I've been playing.
Yeah.
I've talked about both of them before. I'm going to focus on one that I haven't. So I mean, obviously, I'm still playing Xenoblade, right? It's a big game. I'm back to work. I haven't finished it yet, obviously, and it's good. But I'm not going to talk about Xenoblade. I'm going to talk about Civilization 6. Specifically the
DLC.
The DLC, which I don't think I've talked about on the podcast before.
No. Well, you talked about it being released, but never after it was released.
I got it as soon as it came out. I was still not working, so it was like delicious. I bought it as soon as I saw it. Played against the Incans. They've actually added quite a lot of new stuff in the update.
Yeah.
Loads of new resources. Stuff that makes not much difference to someone who hasn't played Civ for hours.
Fair.
But stuff that you really appreciate because it mixes it up.
Yeah.
They added honey as a resource, for example. Like it doesn't. That means nothing. But when you played so much of it, seeing like honey come out, like
resource.
Ooh.
Yeah, I feel that's fun. They took a leaf out of Minecraft's book.
Pretty much, and they're probably going to carry on doing it.
Yeah,
which is fine by me. They also added very rare meteorites, which will hit the Earth.
Ooh.
And if you go over to the meteorites, as far as I know, this is the only thing it does. Although there may be more, I'm not sure. But it awards you with a military unit that you haven't actually unlocked via science yet.
That's interesting. I seemed it to give you like a science boost, or like a great scientist.
You would have thought so, wouldn't you?
Or an alien.
But it's basically just been like, hey, some alien technology.
Hey, look, aliens gave us pikes.
Yeah. Can you imagine? They landed on Earth and they use salt too.
Yeah, they just, those aliens, they went straight for spaceships and they completely bypassed guns.
So my interest in Civilization has never waned, but in some ways the DLC has further invigorated me to play Civ. Not even just the not even the new Civ leaders they added, just they actually changed or at least rebalanced a lot of the existing leaders, and some of them play quite a lot differently. But one of the new leaders that I've played as is the Mayans. And they're all about making a really small but powerful empire. and they have a very unique ability in that you make a capital, and then any city that you settle that's within 6 tiles of of your capital gains significant bonuses. And if you go outside of that 6 tile zone, you get penalties for it. So it's kind of like it's really heavily going for the small empire. And I played it on Apocalypse mode, which is the new mode they added, which adds insane meteors in the end game, and you get a unit called the Soothsayer, which lets you sacrifice units in volcanoes to unleash natural disasters on other civs.
That's pretty crazy.
And so I was playing it. I was playing for a science game. I didn't want to go to war necessarily.
Yeah.
But the guy next to me was getting his religion game was dangerously good. So I just kept popping over a Soothsayer to cause a little disaster in his territory, because it doesn't cause war.
Just a cheeky little one.
Just that rainforest needs burning down.
If his religion was that good, his god would be able to beat your fire god.
But yeah, that's the New Frontier season pass, which
sounds good.
Yeah. A year of content for Civ. I didn't need it. I was going to play it for a year anyway. But there we go.
Just to boost it a bit further. Should we go on to movies and TV shows?
Yeah, go for it.
Right, so I watched a hell of a lot of movies, so I'm going to be real quick about this.
Oh, go on. I want to hear. Go on. To fill me in, I want to write these down, by the way, because I watched that you recommended that Daniel Craig movie, and I watched it, and I really liked it.
Oh, Knives Out. Yeah. I'm glad you liked it.
Yeah.
So these are 3 that I think you've already seen before. I rewatched Inception. I'm going to say it. Inception's one of my favourite movies of all time.
It's bloody
I
good.
rewatch it relatively frequently, and every time I rewatch it, I'm like, this is the greatest thing ever. It feels like such an event. It's so emotional. By the time it's over, I'm just like, take a deep breath. And Time by Hans Zimmer is one of the greatest scores ever, and it's just constant throughout. It's amazing.
Yeah.
So that was the first one. I rewatched Birdman, or The Unexpected Virtue of Ignorance.
Don't think I've watched that.
It's another film I really, really love. It's all shot to look like one take sort of thing, in clever ways.
I love movies like that.
You are?
I love movies like that.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's well done. It's very stylish. Very kind of, I don't know, theatre-y, I guess. And it's basically Michael Keaton playing himself, which is great. It's he's this washed-up actor. He used to play Birdman. Michael Keaton used to play Batman. And he wants to get into serious things, but there's this kind of Birdman alternate personality kind of appears to him every now and then. It's come on, we can make more Birdman movies. Everyone loves those dumb action movies.
I've seen the trailer for this. I know I know what you're talking about now.
It was big when it came out a few years ago. I think it won some Oscars and stuff. And it's got a really good cast. It's got Emma Stone and Edward Norton. God, who's the woman in it? It was the woman from King Kong, right? I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to Google this. I hate to waste time. But yeah, it's got loads of great characters. It's very profound. Naomi Watts is who I was trying to remember. And Zach Galifianakis. A lot of great people. And Merritt Weaver from that show called Run that I hated, but she's good in this. And the third movie I rewatched was The Martian. Because I just like The Martian. It's just kind of a fun, feel-good movie about space that's relatively realistic as movies go.
Yeah.
And it's also got Donald Glover in it, who I love. Which brings me on to the TV show I've been watching.
I don't remember him being in it,
He's in it kind of briefly as the space nerd who figures out the manoeuvre they can do. He's great. He's great at everything he does. I've not rewatched. For the first time, I started watching Community yesterday, and I'm on season 3.
Interesting.
It's a bit of an exaggeration. It was a few days ago, but I am up to season 3. And it's really good, because everyone has told me for a very long time to watch it, and it's one of the best modern American sitcoms. And and I would very much say it is. It reminds me a bit of Always Sunny at times, but a bit less offensive and insane. But it's very good. Also, side note about The Martian.
It's such a good summary of Always Sunny.
Yeah, I think that's a good summary. Side note about The Martian. It's one of 2 films that came out in a short period of time in which Matt Damon plays someone who is abandoned on another planet.
That is so funny.
Remember Interstellar?
Do I remember Interstellar?
Remember that film
Remember that,
by that director that you love?
remember that film where I like practically cried with happiness at the end?
Yeah, I always find that funny. Matt Damon was really typecast for 2 films.
Yeah, really bizarre.
Yeah.
Also, the Matt Damon reveal in Interstellar was really funny.
It was insane. They didn't mention Matt Damon in any of the marketing, and then they didn't like do a big zoom in on his face or anything. He just kind of awkwardly steps up from the side, and it's like, is that Matt Damon?
I love it.
Matt Damon.
It's so good.
It's not like he's a Nolan regular.
But the fact that he wasn't in any of like the trailers and his name wasn't anywhere,
Which
shows
was genius
you
for them to do that.
He was a surprise. Like they were like they knew there would be an
A
impact.
surprise to be sure, but a welcome one. Yeah,
absolutely.
And I think it also helps the twist because spoilers for Interstellar. Because I feel like you naturally love Matt Damon when you see his dumb old face, and you don't expect him to be a bad guy. And he had like great motivations to be a bad guy. I loved it. Great movie. Not as
I
good
need
as
to watch that
Inception,
movie
in my
now.
opinion, but I do need to rewatch it. Yeah,
I do
over
think
to you.
Inception is better, but
I think it's my favourite Nolan.
only marginally. I think I do love Interstellar a lot.
I think I prefer Inception to Dark Knight. I think Inception will go after Dark Knight.
I agree. Actually, yeah, I think I'd put that in that order.
Fair dues.
I don't know why I put Dark Knight and Interstellar though. I really like Interstellar.
That's fair.
Anyway.
And Tenet is soon to be excited for.
Yeah, I don't... That's a weird one, because clearly we can't see it in the cinema.
No, I don't know, maybe it'll get like a cinema release later on. I don't know how they're going to do it. I reckon they'll do that.
He's so stubborn though. He's like, it's coming out in July.
Oh, for certain, yeah. Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what's going to happen there. We should talk about Tenet next week in our Robert Pattinson special when we also talk about The Batman.
Yeah, sounds good. Wait, has there been news about The Batman?
No, I just want to talk about Robert Pattinson.
Okay, you made my heart jump a bit.
We'll talk about The Lighthouse and the Twilight Saga.
I've been watching... I've been watching like random shows. I watched, I guess the one I watched recently, I haven't got much to say about it. Just a show on Amazon that I watched called This Is Us. And
I think my parents watched that.
I guess it's just a show. I don't know. I haven't. It's good. It's about. It's kind of cool actually. If you don't if you don't read the description, there's actually like a kind of the way they do it. It's like a cool. The way they did the first episode is like a nice little. It's hard to say twist because it is literally in the description. But if you knew nothing about it, the way they delivered it makes it seem like it was intended to be a twist of sorts.
That's interesting.
But
the biggest twist is that I can't see This Is Us on Netflix.
It's not on Netflix.
Oh, did you say Amazon?
Yeah.
Oh, I just decided not to hear that for some reason.
It's a bit of a random show for me to watch, but I just started watching it. And I haven't got much to say about it because I've only watched like 3 episodes.
Yeah, I do know this show, but I've never seen it. It's got incredible reviews.
I've really enjoyed it so far. Definitely. I don't think I've watched any movies, but I'm thinking there's a huge hole. I'm sure I have watched a movie recently that I should be telling you about.
That you've just forgotten.
But I can't remember.
I had to go on my Netflix history because I couldn't remember the 3 films I'd watched, but I remembered it was 3 films that I loved.
Wait, Inception's on Netflix?
Yeah. Oh, Jamie. Netflix has a much better roster than I thought.
They don't. They just constantly change it.
Well, yeah, I guess so, but they currently do. Because I haven't watched much Netflix over lockdown at all, because I keep thinking, oh, Netflix is pretty rubbish.
Yeah.
But then I was looking through the films they have, and there's many films that I really love and haven't seen in a long time on there.
They added Hereditary to Netflix, which I think is pretty hype.
That is hype.
Jack?
Yeah?
Should we round it off?
I think that's a good place to round it off. I think we've said our piece.
We did a very good job at summarising all those games, you know?
We really shoved that down to 1 hour and 10 minutes of juicy fun for our viewers.
Yeah.
Any closing words, Jamie? Since it's the 27th Sandbox episode spectacular, I think you should close us off.
This is the 25th.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's actually a spectacular. We should have made it more spectacular.
It was quite spectacular. There's a lot of games to talk about. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, to be fair, that was pretty spectacular. I feel like this is a momentous one that people are going to look back on. Like, oh my god, let's watch the PS5 announcement Sandbox episode. People are going to be coming back to this for years. They're going to see my haircut. It's going to be great.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to enjoy in this one.
It really is. Hope you enjoyed that, everyone. Here's to 25 more.
And then we'll end. We are a pretty big I love you.